Well, we're at the Maystone Studios today in Studio 5, and the students here are getting stuck in with some lighting workshops. We've covered a little bit in the earlier lighting workshop with key lighting, fill and separation lighting, your basic 3-point lighting. But on this particular workshops, they're just getting some freedom to move the lights around, get some different looks and film those. But we want to have a look at how we can get, once we've got this footage, bringing it into Premiere or Final Cut and making the most out of it using some vector scopes and some colouring ideas, and one of these. This image here is a picture of Ethan from one of our lighting workshops, Lighting Workshop 2, and in this the students were looking at some different kind of looks outside of sort of 3-point lighting. So in this particular lighting setup, you've got a separation light, which is an ARRI Junior 650 from the back, and the key light is actually an LED aperture light, so it's an LED light which has been held just underneath Ethan from below. You can see a bit of catch light in there in his glasses. So it's just kind of two lights really, with the main key light being this LED light. So once you have your image, you can bring this into a color correcting software and just kind of see if you can get more out of it a little bit. So we can see I've got the luma levels here from left to right. So if I go to, if I show color board here, these kind of controls are very standard, a vector scope, parade and luma, and the luma waveform here is literally showing the brightness levels from the left to the right side of the image. So this kind of bump here is where Ethan is, he's sitting with his chart, and we can see that if I was to go, say, to exposure in Final Cut X here, if I bring down the shadows, which is kind of like, it kind of globally brings down all of the dark information, and that allows me to just get some, if I look here, sort of some crisp black level. You can see I still have my grayscale, I'm not losing information, but I just have a sort of more crisp black that you can see, and that's one reason the chart can really help you, because the chart, it's meant to have things like a lot of natural colours like skin tones, sky, grass colours, and this can help you when you're colouring to see how the colour controls of your software will actually kind of work. So again, I could go to my highlights then and actually just, if they are peaking, just bring that down a whisker so that they're inside, and you can see if I bring them up, how the highlights really affect on these things like this lighting at the back here and on the side here. Okay, so once you're happy with your exposure, that's kind of your primary colour correcting, and it's a good idea when you're colour correcting to just generally start to get the exposure right before you start to go for any kind of looks. So we can see there's a lot of mid-tone information here, because this is our black level, this is the white level, and say around 50 is kind of our mid-tone level. So if I go to mid-tones and change the colour here, you can see if I go for a very stylised look, you can immediately see the blues, sort of blue mid-tones, and even some of the highlights there, even on the skin here, are starting to kind of kick in for a very stylised look. And again, you can check that looking on your board. So if I bring this down, you can see on the blue areas of the board how those things kind of bleed into one another, and you can see a better idea of how, even on your white there, starting to go slightly off-white and give you a slight kind of bluish white. And that's kind of useful to know. These core skills are part of UCA TV Productions first year filmmaking workshops. For more information on our course, visit our website.